This is why the one meant for you is already moving closer, closer than you think. My beloved soul, pause. Don't scroll, don't rush. Something in you asked for this moment, and something in the universe answered. You are not here by coincidence. You felt a pull, a whisper in your spirit, a breath of curiosity that said, "Wait, listen." This message is reaching you because you have reached a point in your journey where life is no longer happening to you, it is aligning for you. The person destined to stand at your doorway, physically, emotionally, spiritually, is being guided to you not because you begged for love but because you became ready for it without even noticing. Something huge is waiting for you. And before you open that door, I need you to understand why this is happening now. Your season of quiet transformation has ended. Not with applause, not with grand endings, but with the small choices that changed everything. Choosing healing when the past tried to haunt you. Choosing peace when chaos begged for your attention. Choosing faith when fear demanded to be heard. That is why this moment arrives unexpectedly, because you evolved without announcing it. You grew without performing it. You healed without broadcasting it. The universe, God, the divine current that flows through all things, it witnessed every internal shift you made. And now, the one who carries a key to your future is being drawn to your door. Not late. Not early. Right on time. The knock will not sound like surprise, it will sound like recognition. Like a breath you didn't know you were holding finally escaping. Don't look away. Don't close off. Your future is approaching because your past no longer has the power to block the entrance. Listen. They are not coming to test your worth, they are coming to confirm it. They are not arriving to judge your history, they are coming because their soul has been walking toward yours long before introductions. They do not show up to overwhelm you. They show up to meet you. And that meeting will feel different. It will feel quieter than fantasy, calmer than obsession, gentler than infatuation. Because this time, love doesn't come to disrupt. It comes to align. And yes, you may feel nervous. You may feel the tremble of possibility in your chest. That does not mean fear. That means recognition. You are stepping into a chapter you prayed for on nights you couldn't speak. The ones who left were chapters. This one is the story. Understand what the doorway symbolizes. A meeting point. A boundary. A decision. You no longer let anyone walk in unannounced, unintentional, unprepared. The one approaching now arrives with clarity, not confusion. They don't hover in the background. They don't wait for you to chase. They step forward. They choose. They show up. Because you finally learned to stop choosing the ones who made you compete for love. And hear this with every cell of your being, this arrival is not the universe rewarding you, it is the universe matching you. You became someone who can be met, not someone who needs to be saved. That shift changed everything. That shift is why the unexpected is now inevitable. Take a breath. This message continues soon. Stay here. Don't wander. Don't doubt. If something in you is leaning in, trust that lean. And if this voice resonates, if it feels like it reads your heartbeat out loud, if it feels like it knows what you've been preparing for in silence, then stay close. Support the space that supports you. Like. Subscribe. Comment something simple, like, "I'm ready," not for the algorithm, but as an energetic declaration. It tells the universe you are not hiding anymore. Don't go. The next words matter. The door is not just being knocked on. It's unlocking. And what's on the other side is already moving toward you. The reason this arrival feels so unexpected is because it isn't built on fantasy, it's built on alignment. There was a time when you thought love had to be dramatic to be real, chaotic to be meaningful, painful to prove its depth. But now, the universe is preparing you for something quieter, steadier, more rooted. A kind of connection that doesn't demand you bleed to feel chosen. This shift is why your future spouse is approaching without warning. Because your soul finally stopped calling in storms and started attracting shelter. You learned to speak gently to yourself on the days you felt unworthy. You learned to walk away from hands that trembled with uncertainty. You learned to let the past collapse without running back to save it. And that, beloved soul, is what opened the door. This person comes not with promises, but with consistency. Not with rushed intensity, but with patience. They arrive when you stop chasing what isn't yours. They show up when you understand that attention is not the same as intention. You used to confuse longing with compatibility, chemistry with destiny, loneliness with love. Not anymore. Something inside you rewired, recalibrated. You became someone who can recognize quiet safety over loud affection. And because of that, your future spouse can recognize you. They have been guided toward you the same way you have been guided toward them, by intuition, by timing, by invisible doors opening and closing. They, too, were learning. They, too, were unlearning. They, too, were breaking patterns that could have destroyed what you are meant to build together. You are not meeting them in the middle of chaos. You are meeting them after the storm, where clarity lives. And it is that clarity that makes their presence unexpected. When you finally chose yourself, someone chose you too. Stay. Don't withdraw. Don't sabotage the moment before it arrives. This connection will not require you to shrink, edit, or dilute who you are. Your softness will not be punished here. Your boundaries will not be mocked here. Your silence will not be weaponized here. The person approaching is not intimidated by your past, they are aware that your history shaped your wisdom. They do not want the unhealed version of you, the one who begged to be understood. They want the version who understands themselves. There will be signs before they appear. subtle ones. A feeling that something is shifting but you can't name it. A growing calm where anxiety used to live. A strange confidence in moments that used to terrify you. This is not coincidence. This is your spirit preparing. This is life rearranging itself so that what is meant for you can find you without obstruction. The arrival may not look magical, but the timing will feel supernatural. That is how destiny moves, quietly, with precision. My beloved soul, do not go searching for what is already on its way. When the knock comes, it will not demand performance. It will not demand perfection. It will simply ask, "Are you open?" And you must answer without abandoning yourself. Do not turn the person into a fantasy. Do not turn your fear into a prophecy. Meet them where you are, grown, grounded, enough. If something in your chest is stirring, if you feel the pull of this message like gravity, like recognition, like your soul leaning forward before your body follows, then whisper a yes. A quiet yes. A yes to what aligns. A yes to what respects you. A yes to what grows slowly and stays. Engage with this energy. Support it. If you feel called, like this message, subscribe to stay connected, comment, "I welcome aligned love," not for vanity, but as a declaration. As an anchor. As proof to the universe that you are no longer hiding from the door meant for you. Don't go anywhere. The next part is already forming. The knock is getting closer. Something is already shifting in the unseen, and whether you realize it or not, you can feel it. Not in loud signs or dramatic coincidences, but in the subtle ways your soul has been breathing differently. You've been waking up with a strange calm instead of panic. You've been sensing change without knowing where to place it. You've been catching yourself thinking, "I don't know why, but it feels like something is coming." That feeling isn't imagination. It's alignment. It's the echo of destiny moving toward you. And this is why your future spouse arrives unexpectedly, because the moment you stopped forcing your life to make sense, it began aligning on its own. You are no longer chasing love to feel chosen. You are no longer asking for clarity from people who speak in confusion. You are no longer settling for halfway effort disguised as affection. And because of this, the universe finally has room to deliver the connection you prayed for. This arrival is not about fantasy. It's about maturity. It's about meeting someone who doesn't just want access to you, they want to understand you, learn you, protect what you've healed, and grow alongside you. They aren't coming to complete you. They are coming to complement you. You are not a half waiting to be made whole. You are a whole meeting another whole. But listen carefully, when they arrive, your first instinct may be to brace for impact. To wonder if the moment is too good to trust. You may catch yourself analyzing tone, searching for hidden intentions, waiting for disappointment like someone waiting for thunder after lightning. That reaction doesn't mean you are broken. It means you survived. It means you learned to protect yourself when no one else did. And now, those survival instincts are being invited to rest. Not vanish, rest. Because the person at your door will not ask you to ignore your intuition. They will give you reasons to trust it again. This connection is not a test you must pass. It is not a performance you need to perfect. It is a space where you get to show up as you are, unfiltered, unfinished, honest. You will not have to beg to be heard. You will not have to guess how they feel. Their consistency will speak louder than your fears. Their effort will feel steady, not sporadic. Their presence will be proof that you were not waiting in vain. And yes, the pace may scare you at first. Not because it is fast, but because it is real. Real is scarier than fantasy. Real requires participation. Real asks you to stay when discomfort tries to make you run. There will be moments where your mind wants to reopen old wounds as defense. Moments where you want to shrink to stay safe. But something in you has evolved. The version of you that was addicted to emotional chaos has been replaced by someone who craves peace more than intensity. That shift is powerful. That shift is magnetic. That shift is why this person found you. So when they show up, not just with words, but with reinforced behavior, allow it. Not blindly, but bravely. Open the door with discernment, not desperation. You are not auditioning for love. You are choosing it. And they are choosing you back. Pause here. Breathe. Let this sink in. You are not hard to love. You were just loving people who didn't know how to stay. If your chest feels heavy, if you feel tears forming without warning, if you feel exposed in a way that is both terrifying and relieving, that is your spirit recognizing truth. Don't run from it. Don't disconnect. Stay with the feeling. This is the doorway. And while you stand here, between what was and what is coming, anchor yourself. Speak into this moment. Type the words, "I'm ready to receive," or "I open the door to aligned love," in the comments, not for attention, but for activation. Like this message if it resonates. Subscribe if you want to stay connected to the energy that is preparing you. Not as obligation, as participation. As readiness. As agreement with the future you feel approaching. Don't step back now. The knock is closer. The handle is turning. The next words will take you further. You are standing on the edge of a threshold, and you can feel it even if you can't explain it. The energy around you has been rearranging, the path in front of you clearing, the noise inside you quieting. That isn't coincidence. That is preparation. Your future spouse is not arriving as a spark meant to distract you. They are arriving as a flame meant to illuminate what you've already built within yourself. This connection won't demand you abandon your life. It will blend with it, complement it, strengthen it. For the first time, love won't feel like a detour. It will feel like a destination you're finally reaching. And yes, the unexpected timing is intentional. It comes when you are no longer begging the universe for answers. It comes when you are no longer trying to prove you're worthy. It comes when you quietly decide to stay true to yourself, even if you have to stand alone for a while. That moment, that private shift, changed the direction of your destiny. You stopped asking, "Why hasn't it happened yet?" and started saying, "I'm not chasing anything that isn't meant for me." That is when alignment began. That is when doors you couldn't see yet began to unlock. When they show up, you will notice something unusual. Your body will react before your mind does. Your nervous system will sense safety before your logic understands why. The feeling won't be fireworks, it will be recognition. A slow exhale. A softening. A sense that you can finally put down the armor you never wanted to wear. You will not have to convince them to choose you. You will not have to fight for a spot in their life. Their presence will feel like a decision already made. But here's the part most people aren't ready for: receiving love requires a different kind of courage than surviving without it. You learned how to fight your way through disappointment. Now you must learn how to stay when something real shows up. Your instinct may be to search for red flags, question their sincerity, wait for the floor to collapse. Not because they've done anything wrong, but because old wounds try to predict the future. Do not let yesterday write tomorrow. Let discernment guide you, not fear. Let intuition speak, not insecurity. You don't need to rush. You don't need to prove. You don't need to prepare for abandonment. This person will not rush intimacy to secure you. They will go at a pace that nurtures trust instead of feeding fantasy. They will not demand you share what you're not ready to reveal. They will earn the parts of you that were once mishandled. They will stay through moments that would have made others run. They will speak to you with clarity, not confusion. And when conflict arises, because it will, they won't weaponize your vulnerability. They won't twist your fears into ammunition. They will choose resolution, not power. Growth, not ego. Partnership, not possession. And understand this: healthy love won't feel like perfection. It will feel like presence. It won't be without problems. It will simply refuse to abandon you in them. In the past, you associated intensity with connection. Now you will learn the difference between attachment and intimacy, between obsession and stability, between being chosen and being claimed with care. This is why the universe waited. This is why the timing had to be delayed. You needed to learn not what love is, but what love is not. If this resonates, don't ignore the pull. Say yes in your spirit before you see it in your reality. Lean closer to the energy that feels like truth. Whisper to yourself, "I am open to a love that respects me." Comment it if you feel called. Like this message if your heart is aligning with these words. Subscribe not for numbers, but to stay connected to a frequency that matches your future. This is participation, not pressure. Agreement, not desperation. Stay. Don't detach. We are almost at the door. The next words are the turn of the handle. The moment before the opening. And once it opens, everything changes. Now comes the moment your soul has been preparing for. The moment after the waiting. After the healing. After the quiet rebuilding of your inner world. This is where the knock happens, not just on your physical door, but on the door of your life, your identity, your readiness. Your future spouse does not arrive to complete you, they arrive because you finally stopped abandoning yourself. That shift changed everything. You became someone who no longer negotiates their worth. Someone who no longer accepts crumbs and calls it a meal. Someone who no longer confuses being chosen with being used. And that is why love can finally enter. When the door opens, something inside you will shift. It won't feel like a movie scene or a scripted fantasy. It will feel like alignment. Like a piece that always existed finally clicking into place. You will sense it before you understand it. Your heart will register safety before your mind believes it. You won't need to scan for danger. You'll notice how naturally your shoulders drop, how easily you breathe, how instinctively your soul leans toward them instead of away. That is what recognition feels like. Not sparks, stability. Not adrenaline, peace. Not fear disguised as excitement, quiet certainty. And yet, even in that moment, a part of you may tremble. Not because something is wrong, but because receiving what you once prayed for is unfamiliar. You will feel the echo of old fears try to rise. The memory of heartbreak may whisper, "What if it doesn't last?" The shadow of abandonment may ask, "What if they leave like the others?" This is where your healing shows itself, not in the absence of fear, but in your ability to choose presence anyway. You do not have to pretend to be fearless. You only have to be willing. This person will not demand perfection from you. They will not ask you to silence your past or dismiss the scars that shaped you. They will meet you where you are and walk with you forward. Their love will not suffocate your individuality, it will support it. They will not compete with your dreams, they will align with them. They will not fear your strength, they will respect it. And when conflict inevitably arises, they will stay. Not because they are flawless, but because they are committed. Love doesn't erase difficulty, it chooses to face difficulty together. Understand this clearly, the unexpected arrival is not a disruption. It is a calibration. Life rearranging its pieces to place you where you were always meant to be. The delays were necessary. The heartbreaks had purpose. The disappointments built discernment. Every goodbye was clearing space for the arrival. You were not being punished, you were being prepared. And now, as you stand before the doorway of the rest of your life, there is one decision left. Not theirs. Yours. Will you open the door? Will you allow yourself to be seen without shrinking? Will you allow yourself to receive without apologizing? Will you allow love to stay instead of bracing for it to disappear? Because destiny can guide someone to your doorstep, but only you can let them in. So speak it now. Not to them, to yourself. Whisper, type, breathe, declare. I am ready to receive what is aligned with me. Those words are not for performance. They are permission. They are you choosing softness without surrendering your strength. They are you choosing a future that does not resemble your past. If these words feel like they were written for your chest more than your ears, stay connected. Like this if something in you awakened. Comment if your spirit recognized what your eyes have not seen yet. Subscribe if you want to continue walking with messages that align, not manipulate, that guide, not control, that empower, not romanticize struggle. This space is not about chasing illusions, it's about preparing for what is real. The knock you sense is not a metaphor. It is timing. It is alignment. It is love choosing you back. When the door opens, step forward. Not perfectly. Not fearlessly. Just honestly. Because something huge isn't waiting for you anymore. It's here.